If you're in love with all of the trending fall and Halloween decor that you see all over the internet, but your wallet says, hell no, don't worry, because today we're doing some DIY crafts and we're doing it primarily with items from Dollar Tree. We're using items from Dollar Tree, Walmart, products that I already have laying around the house, and we're going to make some magic happen. Now, before we do that, please consider smashing that subscribe button because I have new videos just like this one every Monday and Friday, and I'd love to have you as a member of our community, but let's start crafting. Now, I do want to say one thing. I'm using my Cricut a lot for this video. It's not sponsored. I am just a Cricut girly, and I think when you're doing any type of DIY craft, a Cricut is super helpful. But throughout the video, I will explain to you how you can achieve the same look without a Cricut in case you don't have one. DIY number one is inspired by these Pottery Barn glasses that are $13 a piece. These are trending big time on the internet, and I think they're cute. They're really not that expensive, but honestly, that glass is way too small for me. I don't really drink alcohol like that, so I wanted something larger scale. So I picked up this glass from Walmart. It's only $1.48 and it can fit so much more liquid. All you have to do is find a nice ghost pattern on your Cricut, or you can make your own, or you can get a stencil. Then I had my Cricut cut it out. It took a matter of seconds. And then once I did that, it was time to weed the design. And I always like to have a few extras cut in case I mess up the weeding, because weeding can be a challenge, especially with higher level Cricut projects, which this is not one. And for this project, I'm using removable vinyl, though you could use permanent vinyl. And since having filmed this, I put this through the dishwasher and it worked perfectly. But all you have to do is stick them on the side of the cup and stagger them in whatever pattern you enjoy. And what I love about this is you could have as many or as few ghosts as you would like. And when you fill it up with water or something like that, and you make sure it's like a dark color or black, it has like the dark ghost size, which I love. This entire project took me around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So it was super quick, and I love the way this turned out. You could use a DIY like this for like maybe a Halloween party. You could do this with any shape. You could do this with turkeys for Thanksgiving if you wanted to. And then you could also print someone's name on it. That would be a great way to customize things and give people a little take-home item. And of course, you could do this with Dollar Tree glasses, but again, I wanted to do things primarily with things that I already had in the home. DIY number two is inspired by the Marin plate collection at Crate & Barrel. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea that this was what I was being inspired by. I thought I made this up, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. So Crate & Barrel has a style like this. It is $7.95 for a salad plate, but I wanted to do this with those really cool new chargers that Dollar Tree came out with, because I think in and of themselves, chargers are kind of boring and you want to zhuzh them up a little bit. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So all I did was find a spider web on the Cricut Design Space. I printed it out, I weeded it. And then the big mistake I made is using transfer tape. So this DIY is not perfect. So if you want to do this, don't use transfer tape to do this. Just peel it off with your hands. It really isn't a dainty design, so you can do so. But then once you have it weeded, stick it onto your plate, and then you're good to go. When I used the transfer tape, it actually pulled up some of the gold detailing on the plate, which was unfortunate because it's a little bit messed up now. But I tried to sell the look by getting one of their flower sacks, which I had from a prior DIY, folded it into a napkin, and then it got this skeleton doing yoga and tucked it in. And it looks like the skeleton is taking a nap on the spider web. It's cute, it's chic. It is a great way to kind of dress up your table if you're having a party this Halloween. For DIY number three, we're inspired by something from Pottery Barn, and it is the pumpkin place card holder. And these are great. They're $29 for a set of 4, which honestly is a decent price. But personally, I think they're a little bit too small. I want something bigger. I want something more grand. And I always feel like whenever I host, I need to give my guests a gift. So I feel like this is like a fun little gift because it has your name on it, and it's a fun little pumpkin that you can use to decorate your own home. You can actually get a really thick poster board from Dollar Tree. You can also pick up cardstock elsewhere if you wanted to, and you can just cut it down into place card size. You can decide whatever that's going to be. Then pick up one of the faux leather pumpkins from Dollar Tree this year, and it actually already has like a mechanism kind of built into it, which makes it great for this. But get your Cricut or get your calligraphy pen, draw out a name. I decided to use a Cricut and choose a font that was kind of spooky, so it was like Halloween-esque and also anime, so that it would work for both. Printed it out and put it on the place card. Then when I did that, I just used the loop that was already on the faux leather pumpkin and slid the place card in there. So you can put this on each and every plate. You could put it at the head of the plate to let people know where they're going to sit. I love that you don't need any materials to stick the place card to the pumpkin, but you could also just grab some Dollar Tree command strips and use that to attach it to the pumpkin so that it's easily removable no matter what. DIY number 4 is like something I've never seen before. Of course, Pottery Barn has those really famous like standing ghosts that light up, and those are super cool. And if you want to see me do a DIY of those, let me know down in the comments because I do have some really good ideas on how we could recreate this using Dollar Tree items. But I wanted to have a ghost in my home without buying something new because those things are like $99. That's a lot of money for something that's only on display 1 month out of the year. So this is what I came up with instead. So all you need for this project is a lamp you already own, some construction paper or some vinyl, and then a flour sack from Dollar Tree. So basically grab the flour sack, you drape it over the lamp, and you cut out a hole for like the actual electrical hardware. Then once you do that, you're just going to do 2 circles full of black construction paper. You can glue it on with hot glue. You could stick it on with vinyl. You could stick it on with command hooks or command strips, and you just push it onto the lamp. And then you have a cool little spooky lamp. This is so easy to make. This takes probably 30 seconds, and you can do this to each and every lamp in your home if you want to. I just think it is so special and such a cute little touch that you might miss if you don't look twice. DIY number 5 is this bone coaster, and this wasn't necessarily inspired by something. Williams-Sonoma has these ghost coasters that you see right here, and they are $50 for a set of 4, but I didn't see anything like what I'm going to create today online, but I was inspired to make these when I saw these on my last trip to Dollar Tree. And you get 18 of these bones for $1.25, and you can make several coasters using the bones in just one set. So all you need for this is 1 pack of the bones, and then some hot glue. Dollar Tree actually has really phenomenal hot glue sticks. I use them all the time and find them to be akin to the Gorilla Glue hot glue. So basically you just want to lay them out on a surface that you don't mind getting glue on, and lay them so that they're flat so that you can make a grid with the bones. Then you just use hot glue to connect all of the pieces. Do this slowly. Make sure your hot glue gun is sent to a high temperature. Make sure it's completely dry before you keep going. And then you have your coaster. And while you may just want to sit down and start gluing them together, trust me, you want to lay them out, because if you don't have the arrangement perfectly, it is going to wobble when you put a glass on there, and you don't want that because you want this to actually be a functional coaster. Also, when you're hot gluing, make sure to pick off the parts that are like spilling over before it dries to make sure that it looks as neat and as clean as possible. But this coaster is awesome, super easy to make. You can use either side depending upon what you prefer and the size of your glasses. And the final DIY we're going to do today is inspired by something that I saw at Kirkland's. It's actually on sale right now if you can get it at store for way cheaper than what we're going to DIY it for. I'm going to be totally transparent about that. I think it's on sale for like $3 or $4 now, but they do not sell it anymore. I think it's like an old season. So if they have it at your local store, you can pick it up, or else you're going to have to DIY it. And I wanted to take it to the next level. So this is their spooky mat. It was originally $16.99, and we're going to recreate it with the mat I already had at my front door and some Dollar Tree paint. So basically you make your design on your Cricut, or you can make a stencil at home just using construction paper or a big poster board from Dollar Tree. Then once you cut off the design, you obviously want to weed it, but remember that we want to leave the centers of the letters because we are using this as a stencil. We're not actually using what we're weeding, but of course you could also reuse what we're weeding on something else to get the best you can out of your vinyl. I've used vinyl from Dollar Tree and I've had a really good luck with it. Then you want to use tape to adhere your stencil onto your mat because it will shift about. And use acrylic paint. Mine is from Dollar Tree, where they sold this absolutely everywhere, to fill in the stencil. Then this was a really high stakes moment. I promise you, like, I was sweating. I was so nervous. Peel back the stencil and then you have your design. So it wasn't perfect, but I wanted to make sure that it didn't bleed. Now that I had the stencil off, I went back in with my fine paintbrush and just dabbed everything really nicely to make sure that the paint seeped in and that the design looked wonderful. This project probably took me the longest just because I wanted to be very meticulous and get all of that paint filled in, but this was super easy and this didn't really cost me any money because I already had all of the materials. But if you wanted to make this outdoor safe, just use Flex Seal as opposed to acrylic paint. That will make sure that even with like the weather and going in and out of the house, it is going to be in great condition. But I love the way this one turned out. Okay, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you're walking away with some really great DIY ideas for this fall. I'm telling you, I was never much of a fall girly before, but now I'm just absolutely loving it. And I love that all of these products are super low cost, would make great little gifts, would be really great for any like fall party you're hosting, and are super easy and affordable to make. Which of these products are you going to give a try? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. And if you liked today's video, please consider smashing that subscribe button because I'd love to hang out with you again every Monday and Friday. Until next time, have a beautiful day.